everyone, welcome back. My name is Honey Asparagus, and today I have a new game for you guys. We're going to be playing Torment. And I picked it up at, I think, Walmart maybe. It was like $30, and I thought it'd be really fun to check out. So, we're going to check it out. So I thought it looked neat, and it came with a soundtrack and a map and a code for like a guide or something, and I'm a sucker for those things. So, if you have a 100% chance to hit an enemy, you automatically gain the maximum amount of bonus damage. Yay! That sounds really cool. I will be female, thank you. Your mind wakes in darkness.
Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Oh no.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Look around.
A pink, fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges. The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you. Instinctively,
Flatten
you
out.
spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you.
It's coming. Felt it.
Plummet toward the ground. It's hazy. You were in a tall passageway, its sides slicked with dew, the air warm and moist, as if you were caught in the breath of a giant organism. You remember fleeing in fear and exhilaration, laughing through the terror. What was it that pursued you?
This is strange.
Something ancient and cold, its coiling power the promise of oblivion. Its shadowed tendrils struck at you, and the walls where they landed were torn apart utterly, destroyed beyond any hope of repair. You leapt into a membranous cocoon and fell from the station, the moon. And then you were empty. But who were you? What was that creature? A word surfaces in your thoughts, and you seize it before it vanishes. Sorrow. The world fills your sight. You're about to hit. As the water rushes at you, horrifyingly quickly, you see a pair of figures standing near a small glassy dome. You're headed straight for it. One of them looks up, points at you, and you feel your speed slow tremendously. But you are still traveling too fast, and both the figures leap aside as you crash into the crystalline structure with a profound and horrific crunch, pain radiating through every part of your body. And then, darkness.
Darkness. That was neat. It reminds me of kind of those text adventure games I would play as a kid on the computer. You'd be like, well, you had to type stuff out, but you didn't get really options, but it's just what it reminded me of, okay, guys? Alright.
On it.
Loud. Not gonna read it to me now. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from the next drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers, italics, for that light and needs, italics, to be filled, yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Might carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid, examine the bowl, leave the bowl alone. Might. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools, might, speed, intellect, that you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, you use the left stick to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in an interesting outcome. Okay. So, is that it? Just confirm? That was loud. I have to turn that down before I go deaf. Success! You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. Oh, it's a huge bowl. I guess I wasn't understanding. Okay, so it has water in it now. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spread over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the near shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello, are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build a path up to us and be careful. Okay. So it looks like it's building itself, which is lovely. Can't go over there. And you zoom this way. Okay. Boop.
Ready.
As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods you, your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. But this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Subtly. It's a hard word. It's not. I just can't say things. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of pursuit. Threaten him until he returns to task at hand. This is taking too long. Cast a spell to fix the device yourself. I guess that. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-bordered cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces. Stuff to look up. So fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run, you can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar. Use a device to stop them. Okay. You run urgent fingers over the device fastened to your waist, a fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to synth steel, or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins to drain the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade as if you were being drawn backwards through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gape in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. That is a lot of reading. This is going to be a reading game, isn't it? Okay, so we have control again. It looks like that's gone. We're going to have to go up here and touch stuff. The light around the door's frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in... Boop! Lord. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metal disc gleams from the center of the plateau. You're self-aware. Humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the ones you've found? Draw her attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can see. Use your charm to persuade her of the merits of the site and remind her of the time constraints. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. I'm going to do the first one. You shade your eyes against the bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating from the metallic disc, how the energy from those bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. He thinks deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your reconnaissance scans? She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Okay, use the Numenera? It's like the name of the game, I don't know. Integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc itself. I want that one. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any transdimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledged. It immediately trundles to the site of your new shelter. So something's wrong with the world. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, block by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories. Hurts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift, one by one, on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing, and it's hunting you. What you doing, Fountain? Oh, it looks like we're not going that way. I'm gonna check it out, then. No sign or symbol tells you what might be behind this enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronzed, segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. Alright, what adventure do we have here? A vision of a city springs up around you, your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety. You need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling, invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by a parapet. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it, for at least a strike or two. Duck under the giant's swing and attack before he can strike. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at a molecular level. It's getting hard to read. I'm going to stop for a drink really quick. 2 seconds. Tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant, and he topples, bisected. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall. You hear more of enemy soldiers beyond. Hurl yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. Crack the door open to sneak past. Charge through, counting on your defenses. Crack the door. You press yourself against the gleaming door, easing it open, and your breath catches in your throat as it squeaks quietly, the sound like a bell in your memory. You pause, but the soldiers in the hall continue to talk. You push again, squeeze yourself through the narrow opening, and creep down the blood-stained hall. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you, like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. Kilometers. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. I need another drink. Gosh, this is a lot of reading. I don't know why, but when I talk a lot, I cough. It's a flaw. Must stay hydrated. Hey! The border of this... Oh, I thought it was a person. It's a mirror. They just told me that. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols. Daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precise few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made. Shining like distant stars, your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Point at the doppelganger moving cautiously through the crowd, the one with clever eyes, the one with the mystical symbol on its brow, the one observing all the others. Step away from the mirror. Mystical symbol. The doppelganger shoulders its way through the cloud, casually donning an 8-fingered glove. Then it digs its fingers into the glass between you. With a grunt, it tears a hole in the surface shaped like a pointed ear. Carefully, the doppelganger speaks an unfamiliar word into your ear, and the ground itself seems to turn. As if you're standing inside the door the doppelganger has just opened. When you look around, the hole has disappeared and nothing has changed. Or has it? The doppelganger plucks the 8-fingered glove from its hand and waits for your decision. This is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around it, technology of several kinds. From a myriad of past ages, you get the feeling you would be comfortable with all of it. The word nano sounds in your mind. Gained descriptor, mystical. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awaking and unlocking vast mechanisms beyond the wall. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds. Like a bell, if bells could rot. Something is coming. Restored 2 might pool. The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. Character creation. Your choices in the memories in the mirror have begun to build your character, and now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. What the absolute crap? Nano. Okay. So, concentration. What are my abilities? Skills, heavy weapons, medium weapons. What's this one? Cipher use and intimidation. Ooh, he looks scary. Heavy weapons, cipher use, intimidation. Oh, abilities, sorry, I forgot to look at the abilities. Opportunist practice in armor. Ends turn immediately, make a basic attack against the first enemy that moves with him. And this one was flex skill, choose one exploration lore, or conversation skill. I'm gonna go with this one. What do I do? Oh, I go over. Sorry, I have to go over. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or active abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to favor might or speed, while nanos favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from a balanced set of points. And I'm a nano, so I should do intellect. 2 points remaining. Let's just put them all on intellect right now. We'll get more points. Abilities unlock by your type and can be active actions, such as attacks or spell like whatever, or unique passive effects. Do I get to pick one? I want this one. Oh yeah, you do get to pick one. So I should read these. Special actions of battle, benefits. Oh, it comes up there. Remove negative stuff. Gain +1 training level. Gain protected armor resistance. I'm gonna pick this one too. Teleport one ally to point within range. Okay, I think that's good. Most skills increase your chance of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonus. Each skill starts at the novice level and can increase to trained and specialized, granting greater bonus. Descriptors often leave some skills at inability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, these return to the novice level. Okay. 15% bonus per level on difficult task. I guess just another one on here, and then maybe... Okay, so I can only have 2. Oh, I can only have 1. My goodness. I guess... It's academic knowledge. I'm gonna do machinery. Only glaives receive training in weapons. Character creation. Although you chose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new name if you wish. And we're in mystical? So... Okay, that changes. You have to click on it. +1 in lore, +1 in cipher use, -1 in intimidation. I'm just gonna stick with nano. I don't really need to go through too many of these because it's just, you know, like any other game. It's just you lose no matter what you pick. Are you sure you wish to proceed? This is your last chance to change the last cast-off's character type or descriptor. Yes. A glowing green icon next to the name of a skill indicates that you have boosted it beyond the specialized training level. This can only be done by equipping items or gaining abilities. Kick ass. This is kind of cool. I do like this. I know it's a bit slower, but I don't need action-y games all the time, and I do appreciate what this one's doing. Long loading screen, though. Spectre. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar. Though you've never seen him before, he breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. The Spectre. We weren't sure that you would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body is still out there in the real world, healing from that fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Before I met him, it felt like something was hunting me. You know what it was. You said finish the process. What do you mean by that? Who are those other people? You call them reflections. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? Who are you? How do you know all of this that you're telling me? I want to know who's hunting me. He closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large, black, ferocious. It's our death. It's the sorrow. He closes his eyes. I hope it's lost interest in. If it finds us, we're done for. You said to finish the process. What do you mean by that? It looks like we're just going to go in order. After you wake from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a Renaissance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. What do you mean, attune the tides? Tides are like a force, like gravity or magnetism or something, except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up. What's the chamber? I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I don't want to do that. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. Who are these people? You called them reflections. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why. It just happens. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? It's your mind, a construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say, in the first place? This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyhow. You'd probably know better since it's yours. I don't remember now. Maybe it'll come to you later. If you don't remember now, maybe it'll come to you later. Tell me about this place again. Oh god. Okay, yeah. Who are you? He pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with the memories of the others who are here. I don't know what happened next. How do you know all this? He throws his hands up in frustration. I'm just part of you. I look at you and I know. This place was made for you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that came to me when you asked your questions. But that's all. How do I get back? There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What in the hell is that? Oh my! Gods, it's the sorrow! I just broke the portal. I can't. The sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring their power. We've got to get rid of them, destroy its anchors, or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Okay, so I go over here and can't see a damn thing. A crisis begins when you enter into a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters where you can fight, sneak, manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take one action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. The reflection near you. Kill it. You'll loosen the sorrow's anchor. Attack. Use the left stick to remove the rectangle to the center of the screen, and A to move it. Okay. Effort can be applied to attacks to increase your chance to hit. As with other attacks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20% at the cost of 1 point. Okay. I'm gonna do this.
I warned you.
The Sorrow's turn. Well, that just left. What in the... It's escaping. Now run, get to the next one. My turn! You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. The movement preview line turns purple in the position. Okay. But I don't need to double move, right? I can just... Damn!
I'm going.
Why is it out of range? I'm right next to you. Maybe I didn't understand what it wanted me to do. When you apply effort, okay. You've already used your action on this turn, you'll need to wait, okay? How do I wait? Just take a step. What's it doing now? It's infecting it somehow. Fettles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. The Sorrow has just placed a Fettle on the remaining reflection. You can't remove this Fettle, but you may find a way to overcome it. Like kill it? Didn't take any damage. The armor stat reduces physical damage. The Fettle the Sorrow placed on this character has boosted its armor by 10, meaning it will absorb 10 points of damage from each attack. This reflection armor is too high for you to come with your unarmed attack. What do? The reflection is protected somehow. You need to find a way to hit it even harder. Well, there's this, like, glowy thing. Should I go to the glowy thing? Grab that piece of mirror glass. It might have enough energy. Okay, so... over here? No, it's... the loot used the L stick.
Go.
Is that not what it wants me to do? Loot. Oh, there it was. Take all. To activate an item, press the right trigger, A to highlight it. I hit the right trigger. Oh, there we go. Use item. Okay, cool. The Sorrow. You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. He holds his head in his hands. I can't believe it found us, in here. He looks at you, terror in his eyes. That thing, the Sorrow, it's been hunting you. What killed you in the first place? It'll keep hunting you until you activate the Renaissance Chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back and activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome there. Go, now. Okay, so I finally got control back again. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop this episode right here, because we're a little over. We're a lot over, but that's okay. So if you like this one, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe. And if you would like other ways to support me, please check out the description below. I've got some links for you guys to check out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next episode. Bye! Hey guys, do you like that video? Share with your friends. Have a grievance? Tell me about it. Otherwise, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. Thanks for watching.